Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tech Motoring. So we are finally home from our 3,600 plus mile trip from here in Myrtle Beach out to Colorado and then back again. We've been home now for just under a week, and today's the day that we're going to take a very thorough inspection of the vehicle on the outside, take a look at how the car held up from the long trip all the way out there and all the way back. We'll see if there's any damages to the paint. We'll see if anything that's on the car right now will come off the car easily with just a quick wash. So we're going to take a look at the car, we're going to roll it outside, we're going to inspect everything, we're going to go over all the things that I've seen so far, and then we're also going to give the car a nice wash, see how it cleans up, and then we're going to see if there's any damages left over from the long road trip. So make sure you stay tuned, because we're going to take a look and hopefully there's no damage. All right, well, here is the car after, once again, 3,600 miles of driving. Now, I will admit that we did have some rain lately over the week before I was able to shoot this video, but as you can see, there's still lots of bug guts on the front of the car, very much showing some, scratches that could potentially, be bad, but most likely not. And headlights are covered, really kind of dirty. Hood, lots of this brown dirt on it, and I'll tell you the story of why that happened. Side cameras are kind of dirty. Obviously a lot more bug guts on the side mirrors itself. Obviously the bottom side of the car is just awful right now. Roof not too bad. A little bit of dirty spots up there, but overall not too bad. Take a look at some wheels here. Wheels like they're pretty good shape and just a little dirty. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit there. We have some of these weird, let's see if I can get a good angle on this, weird streaks coming down the side of the car, probably from being stuck in some rain, and all the dirt just getting streaked across the car. You can see this really bad line right here going down the edge of the door here, going across the back. You can see the back bumper, really dirty, nasty from all the tire kick up going across the back of the car. You can see some more. I'm not sure how I got dead bugs on the back of the car. It's pretty impressive. Must have been going in reverse too fast. All the way up to the trunk lid. Carbon fiber lip is still looking pretty good on here. A little loose over here, but I think that's pretty common. You can see the back window's a little bit dirty as well. And right here, you might see this scratch. Let me see if I can get a better angle on this. So you might see this scratch right here going down. That was actually a little bit my mistake. We finished up at a supercharger, and I went to go put the handle back in the supercharger. It was a version 2 supercharger, and just about the moment I turned around and walked away, it fell out of the charger and came and went right down the back of my car here. So got a little scratch here. I think I could get this out, and I'm going to work on that today after I get the car cleaned up. But yeah, so that was kind of a weird situation that happened there. Maybe I backed up too far, I don't know. But yeah, you can see at the bottom of the back bumper, really nasty, really bad. And then this side of the car is where you can see the worst of it. So you can see all of this water spots, dirty water spots on this side of the car. And that was because when we were in Colorado, we were driving and it was downpouring and there was some puddles in the road, and there was a really dirty puddle on the opposite side of the road, and we got splashed really bad. And you can just see all the dirty water spots. The whole side of the car got splashed really bad. So make sure we get all those off today. We don't want to push any of this stuff into the paint. We want to make sure it comes off nice and easily. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then after we're all done, we'll take a closer look at the car, see if it shows any major signs of paint chips. We're going to take a look at the windshield to see if there's any rock chips in the windshield, and we'll just kind of go from there and see how well everything held up over the course of those 3,600 plus miles of driving across the country and back. So So let's get started on washing it. Alright, so the car is cleaned up to some degree. I didn't go crazy trying to clean it up today, but I just wanted to make sure I got all the major stuff taken care of, make sure it was at least no bugs on the car, no dirt. There's probably some other areas I probably still need to go back over, like right here in the mirror area. Probably need to do a little more scrubbing there. And yeah, obviously I have to make sure all the water spots are gone later. It's just it's a sunny day. It's not perfect for this type of work right now. I'm just trying to get a basic wash in just so the car is not sitting all dirty. I have come across a few things which I'll point out to you in a little bit, but the next thing I'm going to do is work on the wheels, get those kind of cleaned up, even though those look pretty good. Not much brake dust when you have an EV. And yeah, we're going to go from there. So stay tuned. We'll see what else we have to look at. All right, got the car cleaned up. It's inside. Before you say anything, water spots. I know. It's very hard to clean the car outside in the sun. It just dries too quickly and we get lots of water spots, as you can clearly see all over the hood, hopefully. So I went back over the car again after I got it backed into the garage to go over a couple more things that I might have found. And we'll start from the front of the car to show you 3,600 miles plus of driving, most of that being a highway. We do have a couple extra little dents in the paint, but not really anywhere where the paint is missing. You can see I missed a couple bug spots too. I gotta still go back over the car a few times. So really the whole front of the car actually did really well during this trip. I'm actually surprised. I thought there would be a lot more paint chips and everything in the plastic bumper. Now where there was a couple little spots right here on the hood, we could see we got hit a little bit. This scratch going this way and then this scratch going that way. Just a little bit of an impact there, scratched the hood. Not a big deal. I could probably get a little bit of touch-up paint, touch that up. You probably never see it. Not really any major. Another one right here, I believe, was from this trip, so you could kind of see it. I'm sorry for the reflections. It's kind of hard to mitigate all those, but yeah, there's a little one right there as well. Overall, the front of the car looks really good. I'm actually thoroughly surprised. The wheels looked very good. You know, once again, I cleaned them up as best I could for the quick time. You know, a couple little scratches in the wheels, but that may have actually been before I actually got on the road with this road trip. Now, actually, a little bit of backstory of this car I want to kind of just talk about real quick, just in case you don't follow the channel. This is a 2022 Model 3 Performance. I picked this up in December of 22. We took our road trip at the end of May, got back beginning of June. So right now, this is like the first half of June that I'm shooting this video. So I've owned the car for 7 months. However, this car was actually a demo car on the Tesla lot for about 5 to 6 months before I bought it. So this was, I think, a demo from July to about December. So the car, basically, its a whole life before I bought it was sit out in the parking lot, sit out in the sun, get hit with all the weather, and basically just be abused by test drivers for the first 900 miles or so until I came along and purchased the vehicle. Now, that being said, when I picked it up, it didn't really have a very good covering or layer of wax on the vehicle. I mean, you could tell that this car, and I haven't done much better, but yeah, clearly there's really not much left on the car, and I really need to go ahead and do a full wax restore on this paint just to make sure it all looks good. And that's something I'm planning on doing very soon. And yeah, especially after this trip, we definitely need to go ahead and dive deep and clean up the car. So even before I took possession of the car was driven and sat outside for quite a while. The other thing I want to bring up real quick, look at that, I missed a big spot right there on the mirror, another like bug splatter there, but I'll get to that later as well. Right now we're just kind of going over the condition of the car. But overall, I gotta say the car is in really good shape. Now, the other couple things that I've noticed, obviously towards the bottom of the vehicle, down here by these rocker panels, they're a little bit chewed up now. A lot of road debris got stuck to them. Once again, a little spot right here, which I can't tell if that's actually a scratch or maybe on the paint itself. I have to work on that, see what that's all about. And obviously, towards the back of the car, we have a lot of these little specks now in the paint that I can most likely get out, but probably some permanent paint damage there. Keeping in mind, I don't have any PPF on this car, paint protection film, nothing. So just to kind of show you what it's like to drive a car, and the car does have almost 10,000 miles on it now. So, you know, 10,000 miles of driving, 3,600 of that was on a road trip, major road trip that we took recently. And overall, I gotta say, there really isn't much wrong with the paint after all of that. Nothing major. I want to point out that there's a lot of little things, little micro things that could get cleaned up or could have been prevented had we had paint protection film on it. So be it. It is what it is. The windshield looks pretty good, other than some more bug splatter that I have to still get off. And there was one chip in the windshield right up here. I don't know if you could see it right there, just a couple inches to the side of the camera. I think I had that before we left for the trip, but I did notice it more prevalently during the trip. So I can't remember if it happened during the trip. Another couple of little marks. I believe that's a mark right there in the windshield. Yeah, it looks like a small chip. Once again, not really a concern. Windshields can be replaced fairly easily, and yeah, that'll be probably replaced in the future at some point during my ownership, because you know, around here we crack windshields all the time. Rocker panel here, get close to it. Just kind of dirty right now. I could do a better job of getting it cleaned up. Obviously, towards the back, we have another one of these white scratches here. Not sure if it's in the paint, on the paint, what the deal is there. I have to look into that a little closer. It kind of feels like it's in the paint, so I don't want to pick at it. And, you know, a couple more white spots back here. But yeah, so overall, I gotta say, not bad. Now, the big one here, which is this scratch right here, the supercharger handle scratch. I don't know, I'm trying to get a good shot of it. So you could see it starts right here, actually. It kind of nicked the tail light and then continued to go down. Let's see if I get a better angle. Right here, right down there. There you go, you can start to see it now. And so this, I could probably get a lot of this out, and I'm going to try that right now. So we'll see what it looks like afterwards. Right here, it looks like it's a little deep. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that completely out, because it looks like it actually may have put a slight indentation in the paint itself. But I definitely want to see if I can get this scratch out, because it does look pretty bad. I mean, it's a pretty long scratch, which is the only reason why I want to get it out. So I'm actually going to work on that right now, and then we're going to take a look at that and see how it looks after I'm done. Other than that, car looks pretty good. Very surprised. I thought it would be a lot worse. The Mach-E seems to eat rocks more than this car does, that's for sure. All right, let's go ahead and take a look, see what I can do with that. All right, well, went ahead and tried to get the scratch out, and as you can see, or maybe you can't, I don't know, I got most of the scratch out that was up at the top. Down here where the body slopes out, where the handle probably hit a little harder, is still got a minor scratch, but you can't feel it. So I think if I got somebody who was pretty good at this stuff, they could probably get that buffed out pretty good. I just took a 10-minute whack at it, try to get that, you know, fixed, try to get it ironed out a little bit. Well, like I said, it looks pretty good. You really can't tell from, you know, the 4-foot distance. It looks pretty good. But overall, I mean, that's more my fault than anything. Can't blame the car. Can't blame the charging network. It was just me not paying attention, putting the handle in. Thicker cable just kind of fell out of the holster there and landed on the car. And full disclaimer here, I'm by no means, this is not a how-to video. I'm no means a a body person. I don't know how to properly maintain paint. Like I just wash the cars. I give them a decent coat of wax. I get the cars where they kind of need to be. But I'm by no means a professional when it comes to this stuff. So don't use this guy as a how-to guide to how to maintain your Tesla or your paint, or do what I do. Don't do that. Find people who are professionals and who will actually do this stuff for you or teach you how to do it properly. Like I said, so many water spots. You can't really wash a car properly outside, especially in this type of heat. You really got to do it in some sort of shade, inside a carport, something like that, that you don't mind getting wet. This was just kind of a quick 1 hour, wash the car, get the major stuff off of it, the major crud, see some of the leftover stuff, like, some scratches that we got from the drive, show everybody how that process went, and, that's it. And if you haven't seen those films yet where we drove the car all the way across the country and back, we have multiple of those, go ahead and take a look at those. I'll have them linked up here, and I'll have them linked towards the end of the video as well. But overall, I gotta say I'm very impressed with the way the car handled this trip.
All right, well, there you go. So this was just a quick overview of the vehicle after 35, 36 plus 100 miles road trip in the vehicle. Really impressed with how well it worked. Now, of course, it's all luck of the draw. You could drive 10 miles down the road and get whacked by something and dent your paint or chip a windshield. It really is luck of the draw when it comes to driving your car nowadays. And it just kind of goes to show you that we were just really lucky when it came to driving that distance and not really encountering any major damage to the vehicle. Maybe some small chips in the windshield, a couple little dings in the plastic in the front bumper, and a couple of those hood scratches just from random projectiles on the road that hit the hood and unfortunately took the paint with them. And I just think that is really cool. And of course, this is not a how-to guide of how to take care of your car, how to wash your car. That's why I didn't go into any details of what I'm doing, because I'm not very good at it. And I highly recommend, if you are into keeping your car washed, well maintained, waxed and smooth and clean and shiny, there's a lot of other videos out there to help you do that stuff. So I'm by no means the one to be showing you that. But anyway, I want to thank you very much for watching. If you have any interest in our videos with the Tesla Model 3, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Of course, you can check us out on all our social medias down below. We post on those when we go on our road trip, so you can keep up with us and see where we are. And of course, you can always come and hang out with us if you happen to find us at one of our chargers. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and we will catch you on the next episode. And remember, welcome to the future, and welcome to Tech Motoring. Take it easy.